so Asus reached out to me recently and they wanted me to try their new Asus Vivobook Go 15 OLED, and I said yes because I've heard a lot about the Vivobook series and I've reviewed them in the past, and they're really popular for a few reasons. One of them being that you get a really nice laptop for affordable price, and this Go 15 OLED is falling into a similar category. Retailing for 62,000 rupees, you get a 1080p OLED display and the latest Ryzen 7000 series CPUs from AMD. And I was excited to try it out, and I've been using this laptop for a month now. And I wanted to share my experience with you guys, about everything about this laptop, the display, the performance, the keyboard, trackpad, the small stuff. How's the webcam, how's the speakers, what ports are on there, and how's the battery life. Basically everything you need to know. With that being said, my name is Yusuf. You guys are watching Tech Droids, and these are going to be my 2 cents on the Vivobook Go 15 OLED from Asus. Alright, so starting off with the unboxing of the Vivobook Go 15 OLED, you get the laptop itself in a box with, Vivobook branding. You get a bunch of documentation, so your quick start guide and stuff like that, and also a 65-watt charging adapter and the power cable. That's the unboxing experience, really straightforward. Now, talking about the laptop itself and coming to its design and build quality, the laptop is made out of plastic, but it's really nice and high quality plastic. And the color I have here is called mixed black. And it does take a lot of fingerprint and smudges, especially if you have, sweaty, greasy hands. So good luck having a pack of Doritos and still using this laptop. But again, I really like the build quality on this laptop. The hinge is really nice and tight, and there is wobble, but it's not too bad. And also there is not much flexing on the display side either. And you can't really open this laptop one hand, but again, it's a really nice build quality. It is military-grade certified, as most of Asus's products are. And it's 1.5 kgs in terms of the weight. So it's not really a heavy laptop. It does still fall into the thin and light category. So it's really portable and you can take it around. So if you're a student, as I said, this is going to be really helpful. You can, just put it in your bag and carry it around, and it won't really, burden your shoulders too much. So not too heavy. And I like the design of the laptop. It's really modern and gives it a really premium look. As you can see, you have a full-size keyboard and a squared-off trackpad. We'll be talking about those in a bit. But in terms of the build quality, I like this laptop. It's lightweight, it's not too thick, and it's easy to carry around, and it looks good. And there might be, other color options, but I do like this mixed black version. Just be careful, it does take a lot of fingerprint and smudges. Talking about the ports on this laptop, on the left side, you've got a lonely USB 2.0 Type A port with a bunch of LED indicators. Moving on to the right side, you've got your, charging port, your HDMI 1.4. You've also got a USB 3.2 Gen 1 Type A port, a USB 3.2 Gen 1 Type C port, and a headset jack. So this is a combo jack for headphones and microphones, so both will work. Talking about the USB Type C on this laptop, it does not support power delivery or display output. So you can only use it for data transfer. You cannot connect to external display, and you cannot charge the laptop via this USB Type C. You'll have to use the normal HDMI for display and the charging port to, recharge this laptop. So that's that. On the back, you've got a bunch of ventilation and, rubber grips. And this laptop, as I said, is really grippy. So that's that. And you've also got 2 speakers, which are down firing. And these are 2-watt speakers each. So 2 2-watt speakers. And basically, that's pretty much it. So that's the overview of the laptop. Talking about what's inside, you've got the latest AMD Ryzen 5 7520U CPU with 4 cores and 8 threads. And you've also got 16 gigabytes of DDR5 RAM at 5500 MHz clock speed, a 512 gigabyte PCI Gen 3 NVMe SSD, and it's expandable, so you have an extra slot. So you can put in another terabyte of storage if you wanted to and increase it. And you've also got a 50 watt-hour battery inside this, and it does support fast charging. So you can charge this laptop up to 60% in 50 minutes, which is pretty decent in my opinion. And you can't use the Type-C port for charging, as I mentioned earlier, so you'll have to use the normal power adapter port. Now, talking about performance of this laptop, On the day-to-day usage, you won't really notice anything. It's pretty good for, day-to-day tasks like email, internet browsing, watching videos, movies, even some light gaming. I tried Valorant and I was getting, 100 FPS easily, 1080p, low settings. I was able to play CSGO again at 1080p low settings and get like 60 to 70 FPS in deathmatch. I was able to play GTA 5 and all of these games ran well. But I'm not saying this is a gaming laptop. It's not. It's a 60 Hertz display, but a really high quality one. This is meant to be taken on the go with you. It's really portable, thin and light, but it can do a lot. In my opinion, the Ryzen 5 7520U is a really, capable CPU. Now, I don't really believe in benchmarks too much, so I'm not going to give you any of those scores. But in day-to-day life, I think this laptop does a really good job of, just completing those normal tasks. So light gaming, light video editing, some productivity. But the best part about this laptop is that display. It's a 15-inch 1080p OLED display and it's 60 Hz in terms of the refresh rate. You've also got HDR True Black 500 support here. So you can, enjoy HDR content on here as well. 600 nits of peak brightness and it's a glossy panel. So again, there are going to be reflections if you use it, right opposite to a light source. Outdoor visibility isn't that great, but it's not bad either. You can use this laptop outdoors because of the 600 nits brightness, and overall indoors it's really good. Like I barely use this laptop at 100% brightness because it's kind of too bright indoors. So you'll be able to get a really good experience watching movies, playing some games that are colorful, and just, enjoying Amazon Prime or Netflix or YouTube in general is a lot of fun. And it has a 60 Hertz panel, which is, kind of a deal breaker. But the quality of the display does make up for the lack of high refresh rate. And I really like this display. Like for 60,000 rupees, I don't think there's any other laptop from any other brand that is going to give you this high quality of a display. So the high quality display coupled with the good hardware, I think it's giving you a pretty decent deal. Also, you get Microsoft Office lifetime license forever. So that's a good package deal in my opinion. There's also Windows 11 on there, Wi-Fi 6E and Bluetooth version 5. Wi-Fi 6E is really good. It's able to get some really good speeds, and Bluetooth 5 is also pretty decent. You also have a 720p webcam here with a physical privacy shutter. So you can physically, open and close the shutter, which is a really good feature to have considering, privacy attacks these days. If you're wondering how it looks and sounds, here's a webcam test. So this is how the webcam looks and sounds on the Asus Vivobook Go 15, and you guys can get a feel for the audio quality as well as the video quality. The mic is pretty decent. There's also AI noise cancellation, so if there's background noises, vehicles and stuff like that, it'll try to cancel that out. And the video quality is pretty decent for online classes and Zoom calls and stuff like that. And you guys let me know in the comments down below what do you guys think about the audio as well as the video quality. So that's the webcam. Let's talk about the speakers now. And these speakers are tuned by Sonic Master Audio. So again, these are pretty decent in my opinion when it comes to laptop speakers on a budget. There's two 2-watt speakers, and here's a speaker test for you guys. So as I said, the volume on the speakers is good. They don't really distort at higher volumes. There's no, crackling noise or anything like that. And there's some bass as well. So it's an enjoyable experience. If you're, sitting by yourself alone in one room and trying to watch something, you will be able to get a good enjoyable experience. But if you're in a cafe or in a work environment, use headphones or earbuds. Again, comes down to your personal preference. So that's that. Those are the small little details. Talking about the keyboard and trackpad, you've got a full-size keyboard on this laptop. You've got a numpad as well as the arrow keys and the full function row where there is a bunch of functions. And this is a single color backlit keyboard. So you can turn off the lighting or turn it on. And there's also a bunch of brightness modes, but you can't really change the color. This is no RGB here. And I like this keyboard. There's decent travel, good feedback, good tactility, and the typing experience is pretty good. Like, it's fun and good to use. The trackpad is a square trackpad, a pretty decent size. It's clickable, so you can have physical clicks, and it supports multi-touch gestures. It's a precise, accurate trackpad. It's not a glass trackpad, but feels really smooth in my opinion. Talking about the temperatures on this laptop, on idle, I was able to get around 38 to 37 degrees. Under load, this does go up to 60 degrees Celsius, and the max temperature, while I was stress testing this laptop with Prime 95, which you shouldn't do, and you won't get these kind of temperatures in your day-to-day usage, I was able to hit 82 degrees max, and that's a pretty good temperature in my opinion for a laptop of this size. And there's not really, any fan noise here, so that's pretty good as well. And it's just, pretty good cooling performance from Asus. And talking about the battery life and charging of this laptop, you've got a 50 watt hour battery inside, and as I said, it does support fast charging, so up to 60% in 50 minutes or so, which is pretty decent for a budget laptop. And the battery life on this laptop is also pretty good, like 5 to 6 hours of decent work. And depending upon what the brightness of the display is, or if you have the backlight on or off, I think you should be able to get 4 to 5 hours on a regular day. And you could be doing basic video editing or browsing or watching a movie and stuff like that. And that battery life comes from the OLED display. OLED displays are really efficient, and you might have one on your phone as well. And if your phone can last long on OLED display, so can a laptop. And I think the display does really help with the battery efficiency. So that's that. And even the newer generation CPUs from AMD are pretty power efficient. So all in all, battery life and charging in my opinion is also pretty decent. Like if you're a student or a working professional, 5 to 6 hours of use should be good, and then you have to plug it in. So that's that. That's the battery life and charging of the Asus Vivobook Go 15 OLED. And that's, I think, pretty much it for this video. That's my review. That's my whole verdict, of using this laptop for a month. I think it's a pretty decent laptop. It's not a high performance laptop. It's not a gaming laptop in any way. There are other options from Asus and other brands that are, going to be better at gaming or better at high performance tasks, but they're also going to be more bulky. They probably don't have this beautiful, gorgeous OLED display, and they probably aren't this cheap either. So that's that. For 62,000 rupees, I think the Go 15 OLED from Asus is a pretty good option. As I said, you can do basic student stuff. You also get Microsoft Office Home and Student lifetime license, which is really good for students as well as working professionals. You can do a bunch of coding on this laptop if you wanted to. Again, beginner stuff, don't expect too much. And yeah, it is a pretty capable little device in my opinion for the price. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will leave links down below in the description to purchase this laptop if you're interested in buying. Do buy from my links, it does help the channel out. And I'll also leave a link to Asus's website so you can learn more about this laptop. And let me know in the comments down below, what do you guys think about this laptop, and what are you using? Which laptop do you have right now? What are you planning to upgrade to? Would you consider something like this? I'll be there in the comment section replying to you guys. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you learned something, or if you just liked watching it, go ahead and hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you guys don't miss out on future uploads. But that being said, my name has been Yusuf. You guys been awesome. Stay awesome, keep smiling, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.